I'm going to introduce you to my signature method that I take all of my clients through, and that is called the scale. And you're going to want to listen to this because I'm one of the most organized Virgos out there. One of the many reasons why I am so proud of this system that I'm going to be teaching you today is because, so the scalable system is broken into 3 core pillars, and that's what I'm going to be taking you through today. So pillar number 1 is to have a sustainable. The second one is having a seamless. The third pillar, where I'm going to share with you the 3 components within that, and that is simple. You wanted to know the exact sales funnel blueprint that took me to 30K months and beyond? Well, this is it, my friends. Today, I want to share with you the exact sales funnel blueprint that took me to 30K months and beyond in my coaching business. So today I'm going to be really raw and vulnerable and transparent with everything that I do, the exact system that I use, so that you can take that funnel blueprint and you can apply it into your business so that you can scale to 30K months as well. So I'm going to introduce you to my signature method that I take all of my clients through, and that is called the scalable system. Now, I have built this system over the last 5 years of learning from the best of the best coaches out there, applying things, trying things, learning and mastering everything. And I've now created this scalable system that is a very simple and sustainable approach to starting, growing, and scaling your business. And one of the many reasons why I am so proud of this system that I'm going to be teaching you today is because this system has created the most incredible life. I have a very profitable business. I have a very simple yet scalable business. I have a clear calendar. 4 out of the 5 days every single week in my life to do whatever I want. I have a very lean yet incredible team that I am so grateful for, that I have delegated certain tasks that are not my areas of expertise so that I can focus on my area of expertise. I have an incredible program that helps hundreds of coaches every single year to start, grow, and scale their business and create this same kind of lifestyle. So the system I'm going to teach you doesn't involve sending cold DMs. The system I'm going to teach you doesn't involve unaligned strategies and doing things that cause burnout or misalignment or things that cross your values. You know, the system that I've created also works every stage in business, which is very rare to hear for a system. And it's because of the way that I have designed this system and the way that I teach this system. And this is why I have clients that come into my world in the very beginning of their business or established but want to take things to the next level, and they stay with me for years on end because 1, they feel really supported, but 2, they get incredible results, okay, just using this one process. And this is a big thing that I struggled with in the beginning of my business, is that the things that I would learn didn't actually support me in every stage of business. You know, you outgrow certain things, or certain things, you know, don't work at different levels and so forth. And it meant that I felt like I was constantly starting and stopping and getting clear, then getting unclear, or having things work and then having things break. And I just don't want that to be your reality. And so I save my clients time and money and effort and energy by giving them a system that doesn't do any of those things. So that's just the context I wanted to give you behind the scalable system, so that you know that this is actually a sales funnel blueprint that not only took me to 30K months, but also 40K months and 50K months. And I've even had 80K months using this exact system. Okay. So it's called the scalable system, and the whole concept of the system is to help you to scale your coaching business the simple, sustainable way. Okay. So the scalable system is broken into 3 core pillars, and that's what I'm going to be taking you through today. So pillar number 1 is to have a sustainable strategy. So what I mean by a sustainable strategy is that it consistently works and generates results, not here and there results, not every now and again results, not results, but it caused burnout or a cross of your values or misalignment and unfulfillment. Like, that's not what a sustainable strategy is. A sustainable strategy is something that you can do consistently to generate results. Like, you can do it long term, right? So it's really important that you love your business and you love your business model. So many coaches hate marketing. They hate strategy. They hate this whole topic. They just want to help their clients. That's why you got into business, right? Because you want to actually help your clients. And unfortunately, we have to spend 80% of our time marketing to get those clients. So rather than hating it and wishing it wasn't a thing and wish we could delegate the whole thing without being involved in the very thing you need to be involved in so people can connect with you, we want to create a way that actually feels good, that we want to show up for and we want to do, right? That is literally what sustainable strategy is about. So sustainable strategy, when done correctly, allows you to create impact without burnout, because you're not going to be impacting clients if you're not doing a strategy that gets those clients in the door to begin with. And that's just the harsh reality. And I literally have a video of me back in 2020 in August crying my eyes out, like absolutely in hysterics, bawling my eyes out, because all I wanted to do was help people. And I was saying in that video, I hate marketing, I hate sales, I hate content, I just want to help people, right? And so if I can go from that to literally being obsessed with strategy and marketing and spending all day, every day, not only doing it for myself, but also teaching it, then so can you. And I'm not saying you need to teach it and make it your life's work, but you do need to find a way to fall in love with the thing that's going to allow you to live out your purpose of helping your clients with the thing that you help people with, right? And so that's where sustainable strategy comes in. It creates that impact without burning out, okay? So we can sustainably do it. So it's broken into 3 components. The first is something I like to call the daily lead attractor. This is a collection of different strategies dependent on the social media platform of your choosing and the way that you want to go about growing your business. And mastering those select number of ways. So the way that I teach my clients is not by saying, hey, you have to do exactly what I'm doing in the way that I'm doing in order to succeed. I actually educate my clients on all of the ways that they can grow their business so that they can pick and choose the ways that feel the best for them, okay? And the reason why this is so important is because it is just false marketing out there that there is only one way to attract people. You know, you'll hear some people say YouTube is the only way, Facebook's the only way, Instagram's the only way, TikTok, Reels, you know, all of these things. And it's simply not the truth. All of the ways work. It just comes down to how do you want to go about it. So you can attract people through organic marketing, which is leveraging free social media content and marketing. You can also leverage it from collaboration marketing. So doing joint ventures or collaborations on a podcast or interviewing one another and whatever else, or you can do it through paid marketing. They're the 3 ways that are involved in the daily lead attractor that you can choose from, and then there's very specific ways within each of those 3. Now, I teach my clients organic and collaboration marketing, as I believe that you can get to over $1 million without paid marketing. I'm not against it, and I'm also not saying you can't do it before, but I prioritize teaching the things that got me to over $1 million, and that is organic and collaboration based marketing. We only started touching paid ads after over 4 years in business. So it wasn't a necessity. It was just the fact that we had so much cash in the business and we wanted to leverage that to grow our impact even further. But you know, people waste a lot of money with ads if they don't know how to leverage it properly. If you don't have a funnel that converts organically, then you're going to really struggle with paid ads because it's an even colder audience that comes into your world. So that's the daily lead attractor. You need to have this process in place so you can attract ideal clients every single day in your business, which is why it's called the daily lead attractor. And we want people coming to us rather than us having to go to them. So I don't teach cold DMs as a strategy. We're doing things that allow people to come to us, and then we can leverage it from there with the next point of sustainable strategy, which is called the weekly audience nurturer. So once people have come into your world, now it's time to warm them up so that they're in a position to learn more and to buy from you. And so this is a concept called the weekly audience nurturer. And again, there's a select number of things that you can do to nurture your audience, warm your audience up, ready to buy. Okay. Content is one way. And conversations is another way, and running events and having trainings and podcasts and YouTube videos and all of those things, that long form content is a really great way to nurture your audience, because people need to consume hours of your content in most cases in order to build that like, no, trust factor where they buy from you. Okay, so we need to create content that allows people to binge consume our content or have conversations with us that will lead to people liking, knowing, and trusting us and seeing that we can help them. So that's really what that is about. And so that's the weekly audience nurturer. And then that takes me on to the 3rd component of sustainable strategy, which is something that I like to call the hybrid funnel converter. Now, this is a process of running both evergreen events, so like pre-recorded trainings, and also running live virtual events. So the combination of those two is really, really important. So we have an evergreen training that we send to people in private DMs when we're having conversations. If I feel like they'd get value out of the training, I send it to them. It's also in the link in my bio on my social media, and also we run ads to it. So this means we can get leads on a constant basis without needing to be on all of the time, right? So having that evergreen training is so powerful, and you just create it once, and I've got a framework that I teach my clients, and they've got the template and the scripts and the tools for it, and then they just need to get it out there. And then running live events is that live component is very, very powerful, especially for those that maybe saw the evergreen training but still need more warming up, because again, like I said, some people need to consume 7+ hours of content before they buy from you. That's where running live events is really great, because it will continuously do that. We run a live event roughly every 6 weeks or so, more or less, and it's a really powerful process, and actually where I've made majority of my income. So it's super, super powerful. And then, it's the combination of those two together that are so, so powerful. So we've got people that can consume content instantly, and then we've got that live component that we do regularly, so people can get maximum touch points and value. So that is how you have sustainable strategy to create that impact without burnout. Now, there's 2 other pillars that go into the scalable system. I'm dedicated to providing you with as much valuable free content as possible to help you grow and scale your coaching business sustainably. That's why I'm constantly rolling out new resources and free events for you. To ensure that this podcast stays fresh with the latest offerings, I've compiled all of our current free and paid offerings in one convenient place. Simply head over to www.sophiarosebernardi.com/links or click the link in the show notes. Thank you for being a part of this community, and let's get back to the episode. To create is income without those sales plateaus. So if you have crashing highs and lows or income plateaus, then my bet is that you don't have this seamless sales process in place, and that is why. Okay, so the first thing you need to start to master seamless sales is having a no-brainer offer. So this is the concept that I teach my clients. I teach them this whole system, actually. It's 9 steps in total across the 3 pillars. And having a no-brainer offer is essential, because if your offer is really, truly that good, it is packaged, priced, and structured accordingly, then it becomes very clear to your target audience that your offer is amazing and can and will help them. And so we really, really want to get this right, which is why I go so deep into this process of knowing your ideal client and creating an offer based on that, and then making sure it ticks the boxes in terms of inclusions, bonuses, and making sure it's scalable as well. It's very, very important. So that is the no-brainer offer, and that is the foundation of sales, because you can be fantastic at sales. You can be promoting your offer all day, every day. You can be, selling left, right, and center, but if your offer sucks, people aren't going to buy it, right? And we want people to buy it. And if it's a no-brainer, it certainly increases the likelihood of that. The second component of seamless sales is the sell via chat method. Now, this is a process of different ways of selling that are through conversations. So you can sell through private DMs if people reach out to you. You can sell on sales calls. You can sell via sales pages. You can sell off the back of your events. You can sell off application forms. You can sell off your content. You can sell in 101 ways. Loom videos, evergreen funnels, all of the things. But all of these things, what they have in common is they lead to a conversation in one way or another. So someone might be on your sales page, and then that might lead them to booking a call with you, which leads to having a conversation. Or, they found your sales page because of a conversation. Or, you've messaged them a Loom video, which then sells them, or whatever. Like, conversations are involved, and we want to make sure that everything we're doing on social media is to lead to having conversations with our ideal clients, because that is where the money is made. So that is what the sell via chat method is. It's like 101 ways you can have conversations with people, and not just any people, but actually your ideal clients that lead to sales, and learning how to seamlessly do that is very, very important. And then the third way when it comes to seamless sales to ensure that your income is growing and your sales are skyrocketing is what I like to call the retention builder. Now, this is a process that's going to teach you how to retain your current clients. So this could be how to re-sign them or to upsell them or to downsell them when necessary so you don't lose the client. Like if they, can't afford your core offer or whatever. So knowing how to upsell, downsell, and retain is very, very important. And I teach all of those ways that we use in the business that has left us with a really high retention rate. And, I've currently got, at the time of recording this, like almost 200 clients, right, in one offer because of this seamless sales process altogether, but also just knowing how to retain clients. It's really fantastic. And that leads us on to the third pillar where I'm going to share with you the 3 components within that. And that is simple systems. Now, when you get simple systems right, it allows you to create freedom without overwhelm. So a lot of coaches come to me saying that they're so overwhelmed, they're so unclear, they're so stressed, they're so exhausted, and they're so burnt out when it comes to growing their business. And it doesn't need to be that way. And the way to avoid those feelings of discomfort at a constant and huge level is to have simple systems in place. And I don't mean the big techie geeky systems that are complicated and overwhelming in of itself. I'm talking about simple systems that, if I can figure it out, you can figure it out kind of systems. And I'm all about not having a 101 subscriptions, but just having the things that I need to get the results that I want in the most easeful way. So I just have a handful of subscriptions, maybe roughly 10 or so, and they're game changing. And one client joining my program pays for the entire year and more of my subscriptions all together. Just one client. So it's extremely profitable, okay? Whereas some people are paying hundreds and thousands of dollars every single month. Not hundreds of thousands, I mean hundreds or thousands of dollars every single month for their subscriptions. And it's because they're just unintentionally buying stuff, whatever anyone recommends, they just get it and they don't actually use it and maximize it. And I'm all about simplicity from that lens. So there's 3 things that we need to do here to make sure we have these simple systems in place. And you're going to want to listen to this because I'm one of the most organized Virgos out there. If you're watching this right now, you'll see the color-coded bookshelf, which, is really just a visual representation of my brain, right? Very, very organized, okay? So simple systems is essential for getting a lot done in not a lot of time and having a lot of freedom and spaciousness like I have, okay? So the first is having the organized back end, right? We want to have an organized back end of our business. So my whole business lives in Google Drive and it's organized in simple folders, color-coded, organized, everything's got a label, everything's got a place, and you could name any file in my business and I would be able to find it in under 10 seconds, usually in under 5 seconds actually, because I know where everything is at all times because of the way that I have organized it. And I teach my clients exactly how to implement this because not a lot of clients of mine have this as a natural skill set. In fact, I find it quite rare. So it's something I actually teach a lot of is like my organizational skills, and I give all the templates and structures and tutorials so that you can kind of adopt that skill set. So that's what the organized backend is, being able to find anything at any given time. The second thing is the template hub. So if you do something more than once in your business, you want to have a template for it. So I'm sure that after you've had a sales call, you send an email to your potential client with the, information after the call about the link to join or, more information that they asked for. If you don't have a template for that, you're manually doing that, and that is exhausting and unnecessary. You want to have a framework for all of your content so that content doesn't have to take forever, yet still remains high quality. If you don't have DM templates that you send when new people follow you or friend request you or come to you or join your group, and you're doing that manually every time, no wonder you find lead generation so exhausting. If you don't have follow-up email templates done, if you don't have your best performing content on hand to repurpose in other Facebook groups or on social media and have systems in place to repurpose your content and make the necessary tweaks dependent on which platform it's on, you're working so much harder rather than smarter, my friend. And that is not the way to go. So I give my clients what I like to call the template hub, where they get all of my Canva templates, all of my Google templates, all of my templates, my Asana template, my Airtable template, all of these things, spreadsheets, all done for them, organized, color-coded, labeled correctly, so that they have everything that they need in one place. And that is what is called the template hub. You want to have a template hub of all of your templates so that repurposing, taking action, doing repeatable tasks, which is most of our business, is really easy. And the third, last but not least, thing that you need, it's actually step 1 out of all the steps. So these are the 3 pillars, but then it's grouped into from step 1 to 9. And so when you join Scale School, it's all in a 9-step process. And this is actually step number 1, which is the business evaluation. So we start with this simple system, business evaluation, because it's really hard to know what to focus on, what to take action on, what's working, what's not, and where your focus needs to be if you can't first evaluate your business. So that's the first thing I get my clients to do when they join my program, is we evaluate their business using the business evaluation. So this section is all on mindset and looking at their current mindset and looking, okay, how can we up level and upgrade this so that you're an energetic match for the goal that you currently have, right? So that's really important. And then we need to strategically look at, like, where are you at financially, lead generation, client numbers, we want the data and all of that information so we can look at, okay, so you're here, you want to be here, these are the gaps, this is the red flags here, this is what needs to be focused on, okay? So I use a traffic light system so my clients can really get clear on what's red, what's yellow, and what's green in each area of their business, and that way they have complete clarity on exactly what they need to focus on from there to start to implement, refine, and then master the scalable system. And that, my friends, is the scalable system. And once you've done that, you are now scaling your business to those 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K months and beyond. You can just keep going. And then there's 3 things we're constantly focused on when it comes to scaling. And that is alignment, making sure we're still in alignment as we grow and scale and tweak accordingly where necessary. We want to keep looking at our profit margin, that as you scale, you're not lowering your profit margin as a result. And then the third thing is delegation. So as you're scaling, you're in a position where you need more support and you can afford more support, and learning how to delegate appropriately, but also not too much, like knowing what to actually delegate, is what is going to allow you to continue to scale without costing you more time, okay? And that, my friends, is the scalable system, and how I have a clear calendar most days of the week, how I have a freedom-based business, and how I absolutely love the life and business that I've created. And a lot of people use that as marketing and fluffy words, but honestly, that is literally my reality, because I have put so much time into creating a really intentional business, and because I've mastered this scalable system that I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn and implement and refine, so that my clients can go straight to what works. So if you wanted to know the exact sales funnel blueprint that took me to 30K months and beyond, well, this is it, my friends. Now, if you want to learn the step-by-step how-to of the scalable system, all of the intricacies, wow, I don't know how to say that word, all of the depths and the details of this system, then I would like to invite you to join my program, Scale School. It is a 12-month mastermind for ambitious female coaches who are ready to start or grow or scale their coaching business the simple, sustainable way using the scalable system. 12 months of weekly calls, workshops, Q&A calls, monthly planning sessions, tech support, a community of hundreds of amazing coaches, even one-on-one support if you desire that, and so much more, all in one program. It's the only way you can work with me. So if you're done guessing, figuring things out, going through other people's funnels, trying to piece things together, overwhelming yourself, saying you want to reach your goals, but your actions not aligning, playing smaller than you know you should be if you want to be a match for the results you want, then this is your personal invitation to join us inside Scale School. You can click the link below to check out, the ways that you can contact me or learn more to make the right decision for you. Come message me on Instagram just with the word scale, and let's chat about what it would look like for me to help you scale your business, because I've coached hundreds and hundreds of clients to do so, and I would love to help you with yours. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll speak to you next week. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you took a moment to screenshot this episode, sharing what you think on your Instagram stories, tagging me at Sophia Rose Bernardi so that I can reshare it. And if you do, I'll send you a special resource exclusive for my podcast listeners to help you grow and scale your business. I'll see you in the next episode.